Oh boy, High Stim Ace has done it this time. What the hell did I get myself into? What's going on, Stim Junkies? High Stim Ace here. Hope you guys are having an amazing High Stim Saturday. Well, it's actually about to be High Stim Saturday, and maybe this is a good idea for you to watch this video right now, because this right here, boys, might be the next hitter that you're going to be taking on the next High Stim Saturday. And be warned, because this one here is for serious Stim Junkies only. If you're a casual C4 user, Total War user, if you're getting your stuff from GNC, Vitamin Shop, or any of those other shops, then you are not in the right place. This video is for the ultimate extreme Stim heads. Today, guys, I'm going to be reviewing a product that came to me all the way from my good friends over at Cross the Limits UK. That's right, guys, the United Kingdom. I had to go overseas to get this crazy hitter here in my hands. What I'm holding in my hands, guys, is the all-new hitter from Koka Labs. I know you guys know the name Koka Labs. This right here, boys, is Doomsday Destruction. What an aggressive name. And I gotta say that the aggressive nature of this pre-workout definitely matches the experience. So without further ado, guys, let's roll that freaking intro and let's get talking about the all-new Koka Labs hitter in 2025. All right, guys, so Koka Labs is a company that needs no introduction, or maybe it does, because it's kind of funny. The people that do know about all these illicit pre-workout manufacturers, if you ask somebody that's in the know about, somebody that's part of this inner circle that we have here on the internet, people are going to know the name Koka Labs. But at the same time, a lot of people do not know of Koka Labs because they are exclusively in the United Kingdom. And it wasn't up until recently where Cross the Limits UK brought back the Koka Labs website, and they are working together, and they are able to get these products to us here in the United States. And thank God for that, because in this day and age, a lot of these companies are moving away from the gray area ingredients, moving away from the illicits. Meanwhile, Koka Labs has still got the goods. They still have their pulse on the Stim Junkie community, and they want to provide us with the best Stim Junkie experience that we can get in 2025. So I've actually used quite a few of Koka Labs' products over the past year, but I haven't reviewed a lot of them. The only one I did review was the Dexter Halloween, the pre-workout, which I did review about a year ago, something like that. And that one did claim 1,3-dimethylamine on label, and I personally think it's got the goods. I can't speak for it in 2025, but back when I took it, it definitely had the goods. Now, when I heard that Koka Labs has a new pre-workout coming out, I got really excited because I don't think I was ever around for Koka Labs releasing a new pre-workout. I did review the Night Rider V2, which was an amazing kind of experience. Those are capsules you add on to an existing pre-workout. I'm going to link that review down below in case you guys haven't seen that one yet, but it's not every day that you get a new pre-workout from Koka Labs. So I was very excited, very happy to have received this one, and today was my second time running this bad boy here. The flavor I have here is grape candy. I do believe it also comes in fruit punch, but I'm happy I got the grape candy. I'm usually a fan of grape candy. I'm also a fan of fruit punch because that's a flavor that's kind of hard to screw up, but I got the grape candy, and overall the flavor is decent. It's not great, but it's also not terrible. It's not on that nasty Flame V2 level from Dark Labs from a couple of years ago, so it's tolerable, but it does have a synthetic aftertaste, which leads me to believe that this does indeed have the yum-yums in it, and that is always a good thing. When I drink something and it tastes too good, then sometimes it makes me wonder if it's too good to be true. Obviously, there are always exceptions, but this right here definitely has a little bit of that nastiness on the back end, so maybe have a piece of gum handy and get ready for the craziest experience of your life. We're going to break down the label, guys, and then we're going to come back and talk about the experience. So looking at the label here, serving size is 1 scoop. No 1 scoop, half scoop, 2 scoops, none of that, guys. 1 scoop is the full serving size, and it comes in at 17.91 grams. I am happy to report that a flat scoop comes in exactly at 18 grams. So they got it right on the money. You don't have to worry about it, but in case you're cautious, always weigh out your pre-workouts and all your stimulants. You're also getting 25 servings per container, which is incredible value for money, especially during these crazy times we happen to be in right now. Let's get talking about this label, guys. We start with L-citrulline at 6,000 milligrams, which is a very respectable dose, especially for Stim Junkie pre-workouts. A lot of the older Koka Labs products had citrulline mally dosed at like 3 or 4 grams, so really bare bones. But this one here actually, surprisingly, will give you a good pump, at least on label. We got beta-alanine, 3,200 milligrams, the clinical dose for the tingles. You got betaine anhydrous for strength output, 2,500 milligrams. And then we have L-taurine, 1,500 milligrams, which is a jack of all trades kind of ingredient, a little bit of endurance, extra strength, extra hydration benefits, a whole lot with taurine. You have L-tyrosine at 1,000 milligrams to help with that nootropic head high, give you a good sense of focus and well-being. And phenyldimethylamine citrate, also known to the common man as rhiagenesis, 300 milligrams, a nice hefty dose, and it's going to pair well with the star ingredient that we have in here. We have caffeine anhydrous, 300 milligrams as well, so 1-to-1 ratio with that rhiagenesis, and I like 300 milligrams. You know, if you have a lot of other exotic stimulants, and Koka Labs does have a lot of stims, this is a stim bomb, guys, so you don't need to have 450, 500 milligrams of caffeine, because then you're kind of taking away from the stimulants, and I'm telling you guys, 300 milligrams, more than enough for this one. We're going to talk about it really, really soon. The star of the show makes his triumphant appearance next, and that is 2-amino isoheptane 200 milligrams. So no Juglins Regia extract, no walnut kernel, none of that nonsense, guys. The real 2-amino isoheptane, known as the Yum Yums in this beloved community. 200 milligrams should get you floating and high as a kite, theoretically. We got theobromine 200 milligrams for more stimulation, dicaffeine malate 150 milligrams, so that is the slow release form of caffeine. So you're going to get the anhydrous, and then you're going to have the elongated release to keep you going and definitely not crashing on this product here. Synephrine HCl, 75 milligrams for the sweating and thermogenesis, and that makes a lot of sense. We're going to talk about it very soon. Halostashin, 50 milligrams, another ingredient you don't see that often in 2025, kind of the little brother to ephedrine, going to give you a real speedy kind of effect, and I love me some halostashin. Bioperine for absorption, 5 milligrams. Alpha yohimbine, 90% yield, 2 milligrams, and you're gonna feel every single one of those 2 milligrams. And lastly, huperzine A at 2 micrograms to finish off this crazy label. Before High Stim Ace breaks down my experience running this insane pre-workout 2 times this past week, don't forget to like the video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow Stim Junkie or a fitness enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Okay, boys, so I am holding this crazy tub here in my hands. It is a very minimalist looking kind of tub in comparison to some of the other stuff we have from them. You just have the world on fire here, and I like it, guys. It's a simple aesthetic, but who the hell cares about the aesthetic, guys? You're here to know if what's inside the tub actually slaps. And let me tell you guys, if you're looking for something that's going to get you hopped up, something that's going to get you cracked out in the gym, but in a good way, in a very productive kind of way, going to smack you around a little bit, but really let you know that it's go time in the gym, and also give you that crazy illicit buzz and tunnel vision focus, then you need to look no further, because this right here provides all of that and more. Doomsday Destruction is a very, very aggressive pre-workout, and that's why I said at the top of the video that this is not for everybody. This is definitely not for your average C4 user. You get 2 milligrams of alpha-O in here, and you're gonna feel that 2 milligrams of alpha-O. There's a lot of pre-workouts I'm seeing in this day and age that claim 1.5, 2 milligrams, even 2.5 milligrams of alpha-O. And honestly, a lot of them feel like they have less than 1 milligram. So the alpha-O isn't super well sourced. Whatever they have in here, guys, is very reminiscent of the type of alpha-O that you would get in a product like Edge of Insanity or a Psychotic Saw. That crazy, high as a kite type of alpha-O that has you hopped up and dialed in, and there's no other word for it. This gives you crackhead energy. This makes you feel like you can go forever and ever and ever and not stop. You're going to want to lift even more and more and more. The beta-alanine tingles come in at about the 7 or 8 minute mark. They don't come in surprisingly strong. Actually, you're going to feel it a little bit in the background, but not too crazy. Surprisingly, I thought I would feel the betas more on this one, but you feel it just a little bit. It's at that 15-minute mark where you start getting that illicit buzz coming in from the back of your head and really taking you over, putting you in this little bubble. Now, the DMHA hits you first, as well as that caffeine. You're going to get that initial burst of energy. I was pretty wiped after work today. Not going to lie, guys. The first time I took this one, I was well rested. That was a couple of days ago. Today, I was pretty tired. I had a long day at work. The weather outside was crap. I didn't sleep too well last night, and I wasn't really feeling it. But when I tell you that I took this one and within 15 minutes, I was wired as hell, I'm not lying. I was so freaking energized. 15 to 20 minutes in, that caffeine comes in nice, surprisingly only 300 milligrams, but with the Genesis and the DMHA, you're going to feel this buzz, this motivation. And the Alpha-O, it's interesting how the Alpha-O comes in here, because you're going to feel it initially a little bit at that 20-minute mark. It's going to give you like a little bit of a nudge where you feel it, but it hasn't fully formed and taken over you. And it's going to nudge you a little bit. You're going to start pumping. You're going to start warming up. You're going to start doing your thing. And before you know it, the synephrine is kicking in. And you realize, holy crap, I'm pushing harder than I ever pushed in my entire life. And I am drenched in sweat. This thing had me sweating like crazy. This is not marketed as a thermogenic fat burner, but it might as well be, because I was so sweaty on this one. And it's funny because I'm training for 30, 40, 50 minutes, and it isn't until the about 25, 30-minute mark that the Alpha-O starts building and building and building and building, and it doesn't slow down. It never gets to the point where it's overwhelming, where you're super anxious or jittery or anything like that, but it builds. The intensity builds, and it's both a physical type of intensity as well as a mental type of stimulation. You have the tyrosine in there really dialing you in. You are focused. You are in a tunnel, but you're also in this little bubble. Everything else in the gym gets tuned out, and it's just you and the weights. There is an aggressive energy that comes with this pre-workout, and really you don't start feeling it until about the 30-minute mark. So the buzz comes in at about 15, 20 minutes. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel in your little bubble. The Alpha-O is going to push you a little bit to get you going initially, but then that Alpha-O takes over the DMHA, and what you get is a crazy, aggressive experience, dialed in, locked in on the mission at hand, on those weights in front of you, and you're just going to go freaking crazy with it. There's a strength output that comes with it, and you want to keep pumping and pushing, and with every set, you're feeling that muscular contraction. The mind-muscle connection is crazy on this one, and surprisingly, the pumps were freaking savage. 6 grams of pure L-citrulline, more than enough to get the job done. And with the Alpha-O and the synephrine in there, increasing the body thermogenesis, that's actually going to give you more of a vascular look, have those veins popping, and just have you freaking wired, man. It's crazy. I was so dead at work today. And when I got to the gym, after taking this pre-workout, I trained for 2 hours and 15 minutes today on a work day, which I usually don't do. I usually limit it to about an hour and a half, hour and 40 on work days. But today, 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I'm saying nonstop, minimal breaks in between, just supersetting and going crazy. I did full upper body today, guys. I'm still dealing with my foot injury, so I'm not really training lower body as much, but I did full upper body, and it was a crazy experience, guys. I felt hopped up, I felt energized, and I was in my own little zone. So to me, this is the kind of pre-workout you take when you want to get things done in the gym. And even if the gym is busy and there's a lot of action, you're going to tune it all out, guys. And I was just looking at my eyes, and my eyes look freaking crazy on this pre-workout here. If you're wondering whether a product has the goods in 2025, this right here definitely has the goods. I would go as far as to compare Koka Labs in 2025 to Dark Labs about a year and a half, 2 years ago, where every product that they were releasing was a freaking hitter. This one right here is a hitter, and it's worth importing this one from the United Kingdom in order to get those crazy workouts. Now, I wouldn't run this one more than once a week because I'm still pretty hopped up. I don't know if you could tell my hands. I'm still a little jittery. You might get a little jittery on this one. There was a little bit of elevated heart rate that came with it and a lot of aggression. Not a negative kind of aggression, but a get shit done aggression that really keeps you pushing forward in the gym. So overall, I really like this one, and I'm keeping this one in my personal stash. I'm not giving this to anybody. This is my pre-workout in High Stim Ace's personal stash. I really like it. It feels illicit. It's a great combination of mood elevation, but aggression, focus, get things done, and a great pump to round it all off. And if you're training in the morning, if you're somebody that likes training in the morning and you're going to take this, you're going to be on one for the rest of the day, because I had a little bit of a hard time falling asleep on this one the first time I took it. Not to the point that I was twisting and turning, but I did have to take a little bit of L-theanine as well as a sleep aid to really get me falling asleep, because this thing just, oh my God, it gives you a lot of stimulation, both mental and physical. You're going to feel like an iron pumping god in the gym. And I know you guys love that feeling. You're always chasing that illicit feeling. So this one right here definitely gets the job done. If you guys want to pick up the new Koka Labs pre-workout known as Doomsday Destruction, you can head over to crossthelimits.co.uk and use my discount code ACE5, which will save you 5% off your entire order and help support the High Stim Ace YouTube channel. As always, I thank you guys for watching this video, and if you did find this to be beneficial and useful to you, then show support to the channel by liking this video. Comment below. Tell me if you've ever heard of Koka Labs. I'm sure most of you have. Tell me what are some of your favorite products from them, both pre-workouts or, they have a lot of different types of products. They have the capsules I reviewed a couple of months ago, the Night Rider, and they do have a couple of other illicit stuff that they do try to push under the counter, so to speak. So let me know your experience with Koka Labs, guys. Like the video, follow me on Instagram at High Stim Ace, and most importantly, subscribe right here on the YouTube channel. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody, and have a happy High Stim Saturday. High Stim Ace, signing off.